Welcome back to the show. I'm so excited, you guys. You saw him. We loved him as Serpent, but now we get to love him as who he is, Dr. Elvis. Joining me on the show, he was unmasked last night on The Masked Singer. You guys, Masked Singer, Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on Fox. Welcome to my show, Dr. Elvis.
Thank you so much for having me, Jenny. I mean, it's been a whirlwind hour since the unveiling. It's just been surreal.
I bet. And I have to ask you right off the bat, did your colleagues, did your family recognize your voice and drive you crazy?
Yes. I think some of the clue packages were like great, and they were very like deceiving in a lot of ways. But like anyone who knew me, who were fans of the show, I was getting a lot of, you're going to find this like pretty hard to believe, or I'd get a lot of questions that would start off with, hey man, you're going to think this kind of weird, but. And whenever I would hear that, it would always come back to like, yes, I was like watching The Masked Singer the other day, and I saw some of the clues. So yeah, it's been crazy and real tough to keep a secret for.
I was going to say, because a lot of people that I talk to that get unmasked have a hard time keeping a secret, and they generally do, except if it's like their mother or their spouse or someone close to them. But it is kind of fun holding that secret back, isn't it?
It is. It's fun. I'm a terrible liar though, so I'm not a good liar. So I had to come up with crazy, like weird stories that almost made sense but didn't make sense. But yeah, it is.
Now, you weren't supposed to be the Serpent originally, correct?
Yes, this is correct. Oh, you got insider news. And I was thrilled with how this whole thing turned out. A lot of it was like, a lot of it was, so initially I was supposed to be the gremlin. And when I saw the costume, I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's a fuzzy, furry, kind of lovable kind of creature. And then literally like days before the actual competition started, they asked if they gave me another option, and that was the serpent. And the medical symbol, which is the caduceus that has the snakes wrapped around it, felt like the perfect fit. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is like almost meant to be. So it was,
literally, I believe in the everything happens for a reason scenario. And when I heard that the costumes were switched at the last minute, and the way you wore the serpent, it was made for you. I was like, look at that. It goes down as one of my favorite costumes on Masked Singer.
No, yeah. I mean, the animatronics, like the snake-like motion behind me. I mean, all of it was incredible. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out.
But Dr. Elvis, I do have to talk about why you're on the show and how amazing your voice is. I was stunned week after week. I'd go home and tell my husband, I'm like, the Serpent, like he's got to have millions and millions of records sold, and I can't figure it out. Your voice was angelic. It's beautiful. The tone, you're pitch perfect. Why did you want to come on? I know you did explain it for those that didn't hear it. Why did you want to come on the show?
Yeah, I mean, for me, especially now with the craziness going on in the world, for me, like my whole life goal has been to train to become a spine surgeon, and everything that I've ever done has been towards that. Music has always been a passion of mine. You know, it's been something that I've gravitated towards on good days and on bad days. And when this opportunity came up, I instantly realized that this is a once in a lifetime situation. I'm a spine surgeon. My job is to help people with spine surgery. And I've never performed like on stage before. I've never sung before in front of more than maybe like 10 to 20 people in a room. Probably like 100 people. Like I've done like hospital gatherings and things like that. So this was something that I've never done. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not a professional musician. So for me, it was an opportunity to step outside of my comfort zone, which is the operating room, and share a little bit of music. And I knew this wasn't something that I'd be able to do later on in life. So for me, it was an opportunity to remind people that if you're passionate about things, pursue those passions, even if they're outside of your day job type of thing.
Well said. But if you were approached with a huge deal and you had to choose a profession, could you right now?
That's a great question. It would be a very simple decision. I think for me, you know, ever since I was 7 years old, I've wanted to become a spine surgeon, and I've been honored and blessed and humbled to be able to train at some great places. And if that opportunity did show up, I would politely decline it. I would try to find a way to keep doing music now with this crazy opportunity that I've been given. But I hope to forever be able to help people with medicine and hopefully share a little bit of music along the way.
I mean, you're so incredibly talented. Like, I feel like I got the short end of the straw in life. Look at you. You're certain, you're
amazing.
You're handsome. You got it all, man. You got it all. But I love that you just want to continue helping people. And, you know, music does heal, as you know. Will you put out some music?
Yeah, I mean, so recently I've been working on some original work and some original music, and I've been like writing. I'm in my last year of surgery training, which is very, very busy. So I work like 80, 90-hour weeks at the hospital. But on the weekends when I'm off, every other weekend that I'm off, I'll sit down and I'll like get on the piano and work on some original music. So I say that to say I'm hopeful that in the next few weeks and months, I'll be able to release some original music and hopefully people don't hate it.
Dr. Elvis, how do you work 80 and 90 hours a week, write music, and obviously work out? What keeps you awake? Is it caffeine? Do doctors dive in the world of Red Bull sometimes?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. A couple double espressos will get you going in the mornings. But a couple of those, you'll be just fine. No Starbucks plug, but I think a lot of it is really just finding what you're passionate about and finding things that wake you up and get you going. And for me, it's music, medicine, and medicine, and it's a lot to juggle, but definitely worth it at the end of the day.
You're so inspirational. I absolutely adored having you on the show. If we ever have an all-star crew come back, I hope you do. And I can't wait to follow whatever music that you bring out into this world. Where can people find this music to keep an eye on you?
Yeah, so actually, I'm happy you mentioned that. So during the height of the pandemic, I've never recorded music before, but this is the first opportunity. We recorded a sample of music, which is a list of covers called Music is Medicine. So if you search Music is Medicine on iTunes or Spotify, you'll find that album. And 100% of the proceeds were donated to the Center for Disaster Philanthropy, which is directly benefiting people who've been impacted by COVID-19. So that's some recent music, and you can find it on iTunes or Spotify or whatever your playlist is. And 100% of the proceeds, again, are going to benefit people who have been impacted by COVID-19. And hopefully I'll be having some new music for you all soon.
I hope so. Music is medicine, correct? That's what we would search and look it up.
Yeah.
So I'm doing right. Yeah. I'm doing that on my commercial break right now. I'm literally going to go out and get it because that's how much I love you and I love your voice. Dr. Elvis Francois, thank you so much. Tune into The Masked Singer Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock on Fox. Much love to you. Stay safe out there, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time. You're awesome.
You got it. Keep in touch. Much love.